Oh, so you went live?
No. Do you want me to play it?
Go on. Hey, I've got DJ. You know, there's gonna be bare vibes in going on today in the studio. The last time we met, it went all the way off. Is it reverb? I don't know why I always every time I do this, like, it sounds like reverb, but it sounds a bit echoey. Is it just me? It's fine. It's fine. Well, today on ZERIOUS Sounds, we have the one like Nique in the building.
Hey everyone, sorry, my voice is going a little bit, so I sound a bit raspy.
A little bit raspy, but it's quite. I'm told it's quite sexy to have a raspy voice. Could we take the music down, all the way down, please? Thank you very much, because sometimes they like to take off my video off your job, so we're not going to do that. An interview is the most important thing right now. So let's get started. Firstly, where does the name Nique come from?
It's my name, so it's just a mixture of my first name and my surname.
Okay, you're not sharing the names.
Monique, and I won't tell you what the J stands for. It's fine.
Monique, but Nique.
Yeah.
And I like the name. It's cute.
Thank you. I took ages trying to find it. I literally used all the nicknames that I've had as a child, and they were taken, but this one wasn't, as far as I knew. So, yeah, went with this one.
And so, how long have you been DJing?
It will be 3 years, December the 11th this year.
December 11th. I started around December. I remember coming. I did the Christmas show here. 3 years. So you're a bit of a veteran these days. Like, you know, a lot of the time when we do these interviews, he's like, yeah, I've been doing it 1 year just since lockdown. So you started before lockdown then?
Before, yeah. So shout out to my dad, if you're watching. He did a party holiday to Malta in 2019. And I just went just for vibes, to do a few videos and photos, watched what the DJs were doing. And before DJing, I'm a dancer first. I've always done that. So I wanted to know, what is it like to step on the other side? So I set my dad a challenge. I said, you're going to book me for 2020. Came home, found out from my friends that are DJs what equipment I need, bought a controller, and then, yeah, started from there.
That's an amazing story. So you travelled out and because similar to you, I'm a dancer, but like dancing, not professionally, like I've never really been trained. It's just a natural feeling for me. So I've always been a dancer first, but to get up and provide the music, it's such an amazing feeling.
Yeah, because so with my dance background, I'm trained in hip hop, so street dance styles, tap, ballet, salsa. And obviously enter into battles and freestyling, you get a vibe of how the music makes you feel. But then it's strange, because what my ears hear with music as a dancer is totally different to what my ears hear with music as a DJ. Okay. I know it might not make sense, but
well, expand a little, because I do kind of understand. Yeah. You have kind of hear and feel it with the dancing, but with the DJing, go on.
I think it's just the way music is layered. So I think when I'm freestyling, obviously you've got your beat, you've got your hi-hat and everything else that's running in between, and you can kind of pick out different things that you want to hit. Whereas I find when I listen to music, if I'm mixing, it's so hard to explain. If you could get inside my little tiny head, it's so hard to explain. But I just feel the way the music is layered when I hear it DJing is totally different to how I feel when I'm dancing. Yeah, I heard that.
It does, because it's kind of spontaneous. Because you hear music. When you're dancing, you hear it, and the music instantaneous. If you know what I mean, you just dance. But DJing, it's so much more thought out. Yeah, more intricate. The different layers, the different beats. Like I even know all the terms, all the jargon. But you know, like these are the highs. Yeah, this is what I mean. I'm like, you know the tick tick with the boop boop, the boop boop tick tick me.
And that's dancing. That's what we understand. Boom kaka. You know.
Yeah, boom kaka. You know what I'm saying?
See.
Okay, so 3 years, and you started. Where did you go? Malta, you said.
Yeah, Malta was the holiday, and just the DJs that were there, just the way they mix. So shout out to the two Uncle Frankies, shout out to New Winner Roadshow. There were many others, but I can't remember all of them. But I was just inspired, and I was just like, I actually want to know what it feels like to experience that.
So then what was in it? So you came back and you got your controller.
Yeah, came back, got my controller. Shout out to my family at Christmas. They were like, oh, let's hear you mix. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't read no instructions. I just knew, oh, yeah, Serato, and that's the left side, that's the left deck, that's the right side. I didn't read anything. I didn't know. But I would come home and practice with what I knew or ask questions. And then I think it was when we went into lockdown, I started to do Instagram lives, but I wasn't mixing, I was just playing salsa. Shout out to my salsa crew, Latin Crazy on a Thursday. Yeah, we missed going out. So it was just like, okay, let me just jump online, play our favourite tunes. And then after that, my best friend was like, why don't you just do an Instagram live and just mix? And I was a bit nervous, but I just thought, okay, let me try. And then that's when I met people like Sir Salem, Ronnie Loco, Rockable. So shout out to Prankster, my friend, who kind of brought all of those people into that Instagram live. And then, yeah, it just started from there with networking and then meeting people.
So that was my next question. Like, what did you start playing? So you said you started with salsa, but like when you started...
So I was doing salsa, bachata, merengue, just for fun. And then I started to change and do grime, R&B, hip-hop, soul. And then I remember first hearing Amapiano February at an event. It was that Charlotte song. That's what did it for me. February of 20... When did we go into lockdown? 2020. So February 2020, because lockdown was March, yeah. And I remember being at an event and Simone Martinez and I believe Teaser, I think my mind's telling me. I think they both played at this event. It was something that my friends did in conjunction with the promoter to like set up a dance kind of freestyle cypher event, and the two just went hand in hand. And that's when I first heard that sound, and I was like, okay, what is this stuff? Yeah. Powerful. And then it just started from there.
Okay. Big up Simone Martinez. It's crazy to see the journeys. Like Simone Martinez, I remember when she first started, and to see where she is now and to hear where you are, just big up, girl. You just come on my show. Just a little invite. But yeah, it's such a journey, DJing. So after you started listening to Amapiano or hearing that sound, you kind of went down the path of, right, I'm going to find out what that is. And because that's the sound that you would say that you play now, isn't it? Or
yeah, majority of the time, because as a dancer, I loved house as a dance style. And then I had a moment where I was like, okay, I just do house dance. I don't do hip hop or I don't do any other freestyling. And then I kind of jumped back into the hip hop bag. And then I was like, okay, jump back into the house bag. But yeah, mainly my booking so far have been house, but then I've had a few that have been multi-genre as well.
I saw, because on your SoundCloud, I've seen it, you've got a range. And I was actually quite excited about that because I love music and I've been through a journey with music. So I like different types. I like grime. I don't like bashment, but I do like lots of different types of music. I know everybody else does, but I'm not really the biggest bashment fan. Yeah. But I like, I like a bit of dubstep. I like bass lines. I like garage, and I've kind of partied and danced through all of those sounds. So I've got a lot of music. I used to make compilations of hip hop and R&B. So seeing that you still play the different genres, I think that's amazing, and I love the sound of your Amapiano. So what kind of places have you played? I saw that you were going to play, I think last weekend at Flippers. That looked amazing. Tell me a bit about that.
Flippers, roller skating, roller boogie. If you've never been, please go. If you've never skated, get skates. Like, it was amazing. And I went for the launch event, which was a few weeks ago, so that was across 2 nights. And then
was Petite, is that where Petite was playing?
Yes, yeah, she was playing as well. Shout out to Petite.
Shout out Petite. She's just a power woman
amazing.
In all sorts of areas, like DJing,
skating, everything. She's amazing. And just to be there at the launch, but also to just be within the skate community, to see the journey of Flippers, and then obviously what it's about. And then fast forward 2-3 weeks, and it's like, okay, I'm playing here, and it's like, huh? Yeah, it was literally, it was an experience that was out of this world. It was so much fun. And then it was nice to then finish my set and then just come straight down, put my skates on, and then enjoy the rest of the night with the other team.
Because you're a brilliant skater as well. Like, I could skate, but I'm not. Since I was little, I had my process. So in the last probably 10 years, I bought my skates. I still say that I've got a lot to learn. Like, see, like the dancing and the back skating. If you can't back skate, then you're not really, really, really down. Like, I can go backwards, but I need to be doing, you see them doing the sassy move and the step.
Okay, so live on air, I'm holding her to that statement. Before the end of the year, you're coming skating.
I'm gonna come. I'm coming. Flip up, because I used to go Wembley. I used to go in Vauxhall as well, but they shut a lot of them down. So that's why I was really excited to see.
Roller Nation as well. Yeah,
where's that one? Tottenham. Oh yeah, that one. It's quite narrow. That's the only thing. There's one in Byron Hall. That's where I first in Harrow. That's where I first went when I was younger. How big's Flipper?
It's massive. Yeah. It's a really nice space.
Well,
And the floor's beautiful.
When's it on? When's it on?
Every day except for, I think they're closed on Mondays, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
When are you playing? I know it's on. When are you getting again? I want to.
When am I playing next? To be confirmed. Watch this space.
Well, okay. Well, let me know. But I'm gonna come down there because I was showing my daughter because she's got skates. Like, we're gonna come down there and get our flipper on. So, what other kind of places? So, flipper was one place. Where have you played?
Where else have I played? I played at a place called Fixate. That was a roller skating venue in Wembley. So I did International Women's Day earlier this year. Where else have I played? Bethnal Green. I played at Sion Walled Gardens. That was nice. That was a big people's dance. I actually enjoyed that one.
It was good,
yeah, that was nice. To do like a bit of rare groove, soul, R&B, 90s. That was actually really nice. Oh my gosh, you know, when you've done a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you have. You should write it down and have your.
Do you know what? I have a jar at home where I used to, but I've not finished it yet. And I would write basically all the different things I've done throughout the year. So then I look back on it on December 31st and I'm like, oh wow, yeah. And then be like, oh, I did that. Where else have I played? Oh, Pop Brixton. Shout out to SB, Antidote London.
And Antidote looked amazing. I had a booking, I couldn't get down there, but the next one is next one's on the 17th, isn't it?
Yes, of December. So be there.
Yeah, I think I will. It looked like it went off. I see Louise is down there, and you lot were mashing it up. That's well done, Antidote team. It's and I think we're playing on the same. We're both going to the Garden. I think you're playing with Prestige Projects. Is New Year's Day?
Yes, New Year's Day, and then I'm also doing Afro Soul London this weekend as well.
Oh yes, Afro Soul London. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'll be down there. Yeah. Do you know what time's your set?
Not yet. Watch this space.
Okay, well.
I did a wine tasting event as well. What month were we? December. So last month, which was actually really cool, and I'm doing it again this Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, so you're really diverse. I love it. You know, you're everywhere. You'll play a bit of this, bit of that.
But yeah, it's good. I enjoy it for the love of music. To be fair.
Okay. So what does the future hold for the one like Nique?
For me, it's just to continue networking. I would love to play abroad. I don't care where that is, whether that's Europe or further than Europe. But it would be nice to do a booking. Yeah, just have like a nice little holiday break and play.
I'm excited. I've got two of those away bookings. Portugal, Full Moon Projects. Yeah, that's going to be great. And then I've got another One Love Festival in Ironetma. So yeah, in the summer in May. Yeah. Okay. So I'm super excited. I'm an international auntie. You get me?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like music takes you, it connects people, and it does so much. But DJing, it's opening up doors, and I'm so loving the journey, and you're having an amazing journey, and it's lovely to watch. It's lovely to watch you shine. And one thing I do notice about you is your vibe when you're playing. Like, you're someone like me who likes to kick out a skank. Like, the music takes you.
Yeah, I can't stand still. So if you don't know me or you've never met me before, you will dance, whether you're standing next to me or you're in front of the decks. Like, I can't keep. The only time I'm still is if I'm tired, like, and you start head bucking, falling asleep, or if I'm hungry/hangry and I need food. They're the only times I'm mute. But other than that, music, dancing. Yeah, my mum will tell you, my parents will tell you, I can't keep still. It doesn't happen.
What struggles have you faced with DJing? What challenges have you come across?
The only ones that are very technical and annoying is equipment. Sometimes the decks, I've had this on 2 or 3 occasions. It does an emergency loop in the middle of my set, and yeah,
I had that the other day. It just presses itself and it just starts going on.
But then I think like the CDJs know what they're doing, because I always find the emergency loop is at a really good part of the song. It's never at a bit when it's off. So yeah, mainly just technical things. But in terms of experiences or like doors opening up, no, I've not experienced anything so far. Yeah, it's been positive so far.
So what did you learn to play on? Like you say, this, the emergency loop. What equipment did you learn to play on? Is it Pioneer or?
So when I first ever like touched any DJ software, that was Virtual DJ, but that was back at university days when everyone was doing DJing for house parties, and I was like, oh, what's that? Held two couple mixes in my little uni room, and then that was it. But when I started, I bought the DDJ SB3 and practiced on that with Serato, and then Shout out to Ronnie Loco and to Salem. They spent a lot of time with me at Pirate Studios, getting me used to CDJs. Because they would say to me, especially Salem, oh, come down and do a live. And I'd be a bit like, oh. And it's so funny when I watch back the videos from then, because, you know, like the whole thing with the jog wheel and adjusting. No, I just knew about turning doing the different EQs, and I'll just be vibing. And they all said to me, you can mix, but you're not listening if it veers off, because you're just so in the dancing.
Yeah, Funky tells me off for that. He's like, nah, you did vibes and it sounds terrible.
And then it's like, I can't hear if it's clanging. So yeah, I would spend time with them on Sundays, maybe like 2-3 hours, and then I'd go to Pirate by myself. Religiously, I was going every Sunday for like 2 to 3 months on my own, just practicing. And then
that's dedication and time. It's not cheap as well.
It is not cheap, but it's worth it. When I look back, I'm like, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it.
I really do like the vibe at Pirate. Like, it's the equipment, and you're just in your little bubble. And it's like, I really do enjoy it. But I've recently got my own decks now.
Yeah, so I have an XZ, which basically looks like the 2000s with the same 900 mixer. It's just squashed into one as a controller rather than a separate bit.
I'm having a bit of I've got the decks now, and I was so wanted them for so long. But I'm finding I'm struggling to get used to them. I need to like spend a whole lot of time just locked in a box.
Like, small baby steps. So when I first started, I was just like, okay. When I had the SB3, the smaller controller, I was like, okay, let me just do 10 minutes, because the job I was working in before, I was coming from doing 10-11 hour shifts. I was always tired. So yeah, I just used to set myself little targets until I felt I could go on for longer.
I mean, I can go on for ages, but it's just like it seems like it's so much more digital than the other ones, and then it's like it sounds different. But I mean, I do like going to Pirate, and I don't want to stop doing that because I've got the decks, because it is a nice vibe.
Especially with the way the speakers, Tom. You ain't got to worry about turn that music down, turn the bass down. Shout out to Mumsy.
Okay, so what kind of artists, who would you say are your favourite artists to jam with?
Okay, so this will be across different genres. If I'm thinking of like my hip hop neo soul side, definitely like Jay Dilla, one of my favourite producers. Anything from Slum Village or Tribe Called Quest, like that era. I love to listen to Jazzy Q, Madu. I love as well, especially House Super. I love the stuff that the team release as well.
I mean, it's so. I do really, really like the UK producers, and then it's like the tracks that are coming through. They're really, really pushing, stepping up to the mark, and it's nice to hear the UK coming with some real power. So big up Super, big up all the producers, big up all the UK producers.
Yeah, even Grousey. Shout out to Grousey, my general. I'm a UK family. I remember like his journey from the beginning when I first heard his music in comparison to what he's doing now. I'm just so proud of him. So yeah, they're like my favourite people at the minute. If I've missed anyone out, I'm so sorry. But just know I love your music. I do. I do.
Okay, so, well, it is now at 20 past, and I think we're going to go and step up to the decks. So, we're going to let you get on. I didn't send you the questions, so I'm not going to force you to have a big discussion about. But if you get up and you give me, like, your top, like, 5 tunes that you usually like to play, that, you know, shake the building and get the bones then moving. Let's get on and let's start this music journey.